Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chucky. We have a list of 16 properties today, and probably not the best list we've seen in a little while. So if you have anything else to do, just hit the pause button and go do it. And if you're still here, let's get started. 100 Millside, 1209, 377 is the price. It's more than 1,200 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-washroom. Very popular building with the 50-plus crowd. It's very quiet. The condo fees are almost $700, but there are some buildings with this size of unit where it's maybe $400 or $500 in fees, but they don't include anything. So this building, for a little bit more money, you're getting heat, hydro, cable, you're getting a swimming pool, you're getting a lot more features. So there's price and then there's value too. And some people believe that this is not so bad, especially given the age of the building. I actually think personally it's been managed very well from what I've seen over the last 10 years. It's south facing, which means great views of the town, and you can see sometimes all the way from the CN Tower all the way to the escarpment. You have a lovely panoramic view. It is very hot though, because with a southern sun, you get sun all day, so you better have good blinds in here. So it says there's broadloom, which is carpet. There's a vinyl floor in the kitchen and breakfast area, and broadloom in the bedroom. So if it shows half decent, given what else has been selling recently, they certainly have a shot around this price. 829 Fowles Court is $389.9. This is the smaller version, the Cherrywood, 1051 square feet. And given what else is sold recently, I've got to figure they're probably a little bit high. However, they do have a feature you don't find every day in these townhouses. So it's a 2-bedroom. Yeah, again, 1051 square feet is the smallest village town. We just saw this week for around this price a very nice model that's 150 square feet larger, just sold for around this price. Now what they have is you've got sunsets on the escarpment, you've got a park right next door, so you've got a little bit of green space, a little bit of breathing room. It is a nice location on the street. If that has value to a buyer, then hey, maybe the price will go up. But from what I'm seeing, if you're just looking at raw square footage and finishes, you know, the price, given what else is sold, may be leaning a little bit more on the high side. 654 Porter Way is $444.9. It's a Croftside model. It doesn't look like it's an end unit. The photos are just brutal. I mean, there's the dining room, and then for some reason we've got a portrait and landscape version of the same photo. We also have an underexposed photo, and then we have an overexposed photo. So photography students, people who appreciate good photography, are just shaking their head. Even these do not make the rooms look very big. It's almost 1,400 square feet, but you would never be able to tell from how the photos look. But with a finished basement, with the model, and also having a 115-foot deep lot, I wouldn't be surprised if this one's sold for even more than asking. So even though the presentation is not ideal, it will sell, and it will sell fast. Vanier is easily the best deal on the list. They are holding back on offers though, so don't be surprised if it sells for substantially more. 2,300 square feet with a double car garage on a decent Old Milton Bronte Meadows lot. They're gonna sell it for more than this for sure. 68 in the front, it gets a little more narrow on the back, so it says it's a pie-shaped lot, but that by definition, a pie-shaped lot is wider in the back, more narrow in the front. So this is what we usually call in the industry a reverse pie-shaped lot, wider in the front. So inside, you know, it looks decent, right? Like there's nothing super fancy in here. But this size of home, super fancy, the first digit is a 6, not a 4. So I could go in here, if I paid anywhere close to this asking price, I could go in and do a little bit of work, and there would be margin there. There'd be upside for sure. So expect this one to sell for much more than what they're listed. And you do get a bit of traffic here because off of Bronte, besides Laurier, this is the street that people turn on to get into the subdivision. So Anyway, good looking home. I'd have to do some research to really get a good sense of what this one would go for, but yeah, it'll be more than $499, that's for sure. 7750 5 Side Road, $979 is the price. In this row of homes, by far it would be the highest sale. Interesting location. So here's where it is here. You have 25, and then you've got the highway exit just over here. So it's pretty close to town, like for a rural property, definitely close to town. It does back onto industrial M1 zoning. And the other thing is that you have the quarry over here. And so what typically happens is the quarry guys drive down Dublin Line, and then they go across 5 Side Road, and then they get on the highway. What that means is that this home probably has a few hundred dump trucks a day that go by. Now, when the highway exit opens on Tremaine, is that going to diffuse or disperse that traffic? Quite possibly. We're looking at maybe, I would think in the next kind of 5 years is to have something like that. So future development is what they're zoned. I don't know what you could really build on that kind of tract of land. And then on this side, you actually have the boundaries of Halton Hills. So even if you're going to assemble and do stuff on both sides of the street, you're dealing with two different municipalities. And then, like I said, actually it's let's see here, M2, and then there's a little M1 section. The M zoning tends to be the most flexible kind of zoning in Milton in terms of the uses that you can have. So house itself is a pretty large house. I just find the location, there's a lot of question marks about it, and just with that road traffic, I don't know, it'll be a tough one. I would say for me, going a little further out, you can get a lot for this kind of money. And me personally, I would probably choose some of those other options before this one. 251 Jelinik has some interesting comparisons. Now, what I mean by that is this home is a Mattamy Plan 5, so it's just under 2,200 square feet. Within a week, the same versions of this home, like both nicely upgraded. One had 3 bedrooms plus a loft, the other one had 4 bedrooms. The difference is a couple sheets of drywall. Like, it's not a big difference, but they sold $40,000 apart from each other. One was in the 650s, the other one was less than 610. So this one has a pie-shaped lot and it has a finished basement. So what I believe they've done is they've looked at the 650 plus one, and they've said, well, let's aim for that plus some of the extra finishes we have. I think they've done a great job with finishing this one. It looks very impressive. You can always tell the Plan 5 because the staircase is actually in the back of the house. I kind of like it, actually. I've been through this model many times, and there's the loft upstairs. So they have the 3-bedroom plus a loft. It's easy to convert it back to a 4-bedroom. And everything about this home is saying move in ready. So there's the basement there. Now, the only other thing that you could say about this one is the only thing left to do is a bit of landscaping in the backyard. The house itself, what are you going to change inside? Here's the other thing too, is that the houses behind look like they're perched up a little bit. In fact, this one even has a walkout basement. So it can feel like the homes are really peeking down on you in the backyard. So if you're looking for privacy, this one looks like it has, just from the slope of the land, there's nothing you can do about something like this. You can't put a 14-foot fence. The bylaws won't allow it. But that would be my first impression here, is that the homes look like they're pretty high up compared to this one. Well, it looks like they dropped 41 James by $1,000. I think it was listed at $700 before. I sold this home a couple of years ago. It's a really nice home inside. It's in a super location right by downtown. The homes around here are absolutely stunning. It's not a very big lot, right? So the lot's a little bit smaller. There's a nice little eat-in kitchen. There's also a bit of a solarium here. Low maintenance backyard, and it's an excellent home. I think about a couple probably in their 50s, maybe with one kid, maybe not, maybe just the two of them. That to me is the ideal audience here. There's a huge master bedroom. and then 2 other bedrooms on the side there. So yeah, definitely a nice layout, lots of parking in the driveway, great location. But people who are buying in Old Milton, the lot size is the thing that sometimes they just want a little bit more than what this one has. So there we go, that's the list. If you have any questions or if you want to see anything in this list, definitely reach out to us, 905-693-9346, or just respond to the emails. And if you want some customized daily updates of homes, you can go to miltonmarketwatch.com, and we could set those up so that you're never going to miss anything, that you're going to hear about homes as soon as they're listed, only matching your criteria. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.